We're with Seattle Pacific women's basketball coach Julie Heisey, and we're getting ready for the start of the season this week. Coach, not a whole lot of practices so far, but what have you seen, and just some early thoughts on how practice has been going for you?
Well, we've had 8 practices, and I'm really pleased. Obviously, practice is a lot easier at the beginning when you have a lot of returning players. And, we have 11 returners and only 2 newcomers. And so we've been able to, move through things fairly quickly because we do have that retention from last year, and there's a maturity there. And so, but I like our effort, I like our energy, I like our focus, and we've just been really coachable.
And speaking of some of those returning players, who are some of those you're looking for some big contributions from this year as we move into the season?
Well, it's really fun because I can say from top to bottom we've shown great improvement. And, I look at our sophomore class with Katie Benson and Betsy Kingma and Aubrey Callan and Riley Butler. Those 4 have, they're night and day different than they were last year, just with their understanding of the game and their confidence and their strength. But obviously, Jordan Harrison and Michaela Gorman and Nisha Sims have played a lot of minutes for us over the years, and even as seniors I see a lot of improvement there. And then, I can say Riley, Joni has improved a lot as a post player. Katie Thralls, I can go through the whole gamut. Michelle, I really think all of our kids can contribute, and that's what's making practice really fun right now is that there's just a lot of excitement because there's been so much improvement, and yet everybody's working hard and everybody's contributing.
Got a couple of newcomers on the team, Susanna Olson and Erin Stevens. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, Erin is coming from a junior college, and the hard thing for Erin right now is that she's having to learn a lot, and this is her 3rd college coach. She had different coaches as a freshman and sophomore, so it's just a whole new system. But today I thought was her best practice by far, and she has a really nice shot, and she's has good presence inside, and I think that we're going to see some good things. But right now she just has to feel comfortable with what we're doing. And Susanna, again, as a freshman, is she's a freshman. She's learning new things, but she's doing some really great things with her passing and her ability to score. And it's fun to see just little glimpses every day of things that you're like, wow, that's really great.
Is there any part of the game in particular that you think might be a real strong suit for your team this year going in?
I think we should be pretty balanced. And I think part of having a good team is you got to be good both offensively and defensively. And I think, the fun part of having kids play for you for 3 years and 4 years is that they really understand defensively what you want to do. And I think that's one of the biggest areas I see right now, because with 8 practices, defense should be ahead of your offense. But I just see that there's an understanding, from everyone on the floor. And I was watching today, and Aubrey was out there with Jordan and Michelle Tang and Katie Benson, and it was just like, watching them, you can tell they've been in the system, they understand what we're doing, and they just did a really great job today. And that's where I think we have so many kids that want to work hard and they understand, and that goes a long ways. And I think offensively I really expect our team to be, we're going to be better shooters than we were last year. That's been evident in practice right now, that we're just hitting a higher percentage, so I'm excited about that.
And on the other side of the coin, is there one particular area where the team is working really hard to improve upon from last year?
I think the biggest thing, we made a great run at the end last year, and I think a lot of that was just consistency and understand that everyone has a role, and I think that's what we're still working on. And thus far it looks pretty good, but if you're consistent and you understand what you're doing and everybody's doing their job, you're going to be a lot better offensively and defensively, both. And so I think that's where we're trying to just put that all together. I think it's just that consistency and focus.
Again, it's very, very early, but what does your coaching gut tell you about this team? What's within reach for this group of ladies?
Well, I think this team can go as far as they want. I think, it's really, we have to have the discipline to do the right things, and we have to have the discipline to play hard and play smart on every possession. But I think we have a lot of ability, and we have a lot of desire and a lot of balance, and it's just a matter of, right now, it's early, and we gotta continue to practice, and we'll know a lot more. The 1st of November, we'll know a lot more by December, and so I think we just got to continue to improve. But I feel like we have the opportunity to do some really good things.
Your thoughts on the GNAC race? Alaska Anchorage is a big favorite coming in, but we know in this conference there's no such thing as taking a night off. There's quality opponents out there.
I mean, I think our conference has proven just what you said, that every night you have to be ready to play, and you have to be ready to play the whole game. And so I haven't studied a lot about our conference, but I know, Northwest Nazarene had a very good team last year that was very young, and they have a lot of people back, and I expect good things from them. And obviously, like I said, Anchorage is going to be very good again, and he has a lot of newcomers, but he does a great job getting his newcomers to contribute early. And obviously, Johansson's one of the best players in the league coming back, and they have Alyssa Horn. She's a great shooter and a good rebounder, and so I think, we can expect good things from them. But I think everybody's going to be good. Western Oregon has a lot of people back. Obviously, Western Washington's going to be young, but they have some young players last year that played a lot of minutes. So, it'll be fun. But thankfully, we got a few preseason games before January.
And how about some of those preseason games? You get some good West Region opponents, and talk about some of these tournaments you have coming up.
Well, I think, right off the bat, we start with San Diego. And San Diego had a very good team last year. And, in the conference tournament, they were, I think, up by 16 against Pomona. And Pomona came back and beat them barely, and then Pomona won the region. So I think that tells you how good San Diego is. And they have most of those players returning. So that's going to be our first test of the season. And I think that's a good test. We'll kind of see as a measuring stick where we're at and how we compete with, I think, one of the top teams in the region. And Chico struggled a little bit late last year, but Natasha Smith is back, and she was a huge factor for them and their run 2 years ago in the Elite Eight, or in the Sweet 16 game. And I think that, they have most of their guards back. So, again, that'll be another big test for us. And so, I don't know, and just... I'm trying to think who else we have. Harding is coming in from Arkansas, and I think they won 20 games last year. So we'll have a lot of good tests just to see where we're at, and hopefully just get better by the time that first week of December rolls around and we have a conference game.
And speaking of tests, season tips off Saturday already against Washington State over there. Your thoughts on opening against the Cougars?
Well, the big thing is it's practice, and we're in a different situation. We'll have had 2 weeks of practice. They'll have had, close to a month of practice. And I think the biggest thing for us is we need to go in and understand what we've been working on and execute that. And, the hard part is, as a coach, is since it's an exhibition game, you want to have everything in, and you just want to know that you're on equal footing. But right now, we're still trying to lay that foundation for the season. And so I think it'll be a great opportunity for us to get game experience. It'll be a great opportunity to play against a very talented team that has a lot of returners, and I think should have a really good year this year. So, again, it's going to be good. I mean, Carly Noyes and Katie Benson played in the state tournament together against each other a couple of years ago, and that was a good matchup, and so it'll be kind of fun to see that again. But I'm happy for the opportunity, and, I think the biggest thing is that we're going to have to take care of the things we can control. We got to be able to play defense. We got to be able to rebound and have low amount of turnovers. And yet, it's that first time in a uniform in front of people, and everybody's going to be excited. And I'm sure we're going to have to settle down some.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you this season.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.